Hey, how are you? If you're new, how welcome. My name is Michelle, and this is your weekly reading. Before I start, I want to remind you guys that my readings have no date. They are divinely guided. Everything has free will. Not everything is going to resonate with everybody. Please keep in mind that rules give you reversing between energies. And as I always say, I run no daycare, so just please know that everything said and mentioned is general. Feel free to take or leave whatever you want. As I said before, if it doesn't resonate, just let it go. I want to add that I'm also on Spotify, so if you want to support my podcast, please visit my links in the description box below, as well as on my comment section. So with this said, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and to this video give it a like, and please comment. I will highly appreciate that as well. So let's see. Let's see. Okie dokes. So we got here energy of Taurus, we got Capricorn, Leo, we got Taurus, very strong Taurus, we got Sagittarius energy, Taurus, we got Capricorn, but again, it's very focused on Taurus. We definitely have a Scorpio going on here and a Gemini. So I do see right here that we have an energy here of somebody who's super independent, right? Super independent. This could be, of course, you. Now, Leo, I do see like this individual sees you as such, but they feel intimidated in a way to perform, to approach you. So this could be literally somebody completely new. Now, I do feel like you either or got out of a long-term relationship, or you have been single for a minute since that long-term relationship, for the whatever the reasons could have been, right? And it seems like you could be freshly single, or it's a new energy for you. You're trying to embrace a new part or a new process, whatever it is that you want to embrace. You want to embrace something. Anyways, I do see that this person is quite quiet, right? And at times they can come across as egocentric or self-centered, and it's not that. It's just like this is somebody who is very private, and yes, they could have their, in their energies of being a little bit a prick sometimes, but they choose and pick who to choose their vulnerable side. Now, they do seem to be very interested in you. This is somebody who has got good money, and they have a good job, for what it seems like, and they don't tend to approach people easily. So you may not even know that they find you attractive. It's because before they take the leap of faith and approach or chase, they need to make sure that you will find them attractive. So we have somebody who has a crush on you, let's call it like that. Now, let me talk about you for a minute. So we do have here that some of you were in a connection before this new upcoming one, and where you guys were together for a long time, but you as a person as a whole, you were actually stagnant. Like, you were not growing and not creating and not being the best version of yourself. Why? I do see there was a sense of like attachment, codependency as well, and in a form you could have felt undervalued at some point. Now, there was imbalance in your energies with this past person. Now you have found yourself, or you have been finding yourself, you regain self-focus, and that's why this new energy comes in, because this is an energy, as it sounds like, oh, is it what I want? It's somebody that will understand you in better levels that the past person did. There's a point of where opposites attract, but sometimes opposites are two opposites and they don't work out, which was the case of the past. So if you were waiting on somebody from the past to come back, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, you both were not good for each other. You guys were not compatible in a way that will make the long-term relationship forever. Even though that you guys could have been with this person and they could have been with you for a long time, and maybe you guys had kids, this person always felt a disconnection with you. So at this point, there was other reasons why you guys stayed attached, and they stayed attached with you or towards you. Now, we're talking about here that you have pre-manifested something the moment you decided to put yourself first. This is something that happens whenever you put yourself first. You regain self-focus and you do things without expecting some sort of like comeback of any way, shape, or form. This is what this brings. Now, there's many possibilities here for you when it comes to love. Yes, this is the strongest energy that I do see that could have the most impact in you, or that you could feel more attracted towards to, but it's not the only option you're going to have. I do see by the end of August, right? By the end of August, it could be August, by the end of August, your options in the romantic level are going to be multiplying, that you're going to actually, I don't know, receive friend requests or people like, hey, taking the leap of faith on you and pretty much see if you will go out with them. And this is when this person comes along. Now, we got here that it's going to take a bit because the universe wants to make sure that you recover, your healing is completely there, and that they're in the clear to bring you the person that you could be happy with, you know? Now, I do see the death card right here represents change. Now, with Scorpio energy, it's talking about that you're working a lot on your physical appearance, right? This is the breakup glow up or the self-focused glow up. This could be you taking care of your skin more, your hair, maybe working out a little bit more. This is not to attract anybody, but to feel centered and feel happy. Some of you may do it. Also, it's a good way to deal with stress and anxiety as well. If you are a person that works a lot, Leo, and let's say that you say, you know, I would like to work out, but I don't have the time, I will highly recommend Pilates at home. You don't need any equipment, and it's always like a 10-minute thing, and the cardio, babe, feels like you run. I've been doing Pilates now for 3 days, and I can feel my my limbs, like I feel like they're not even there. That's how much pain I am in. But anyways, now going back to this, it's talking about start making plans, because I do see that the universe and your life is going to take you different places. I do feel like you could be traveling some more. You're going to be actually not stagnant anymore. You were stagnant for a bit, and now I do see that your horizons are expanding. Now, I do see that you guys are told to embody the feminine power. Now, before I continue, we're going to talk about Mercury, okay? Mercury is the planet of intellectual, and I'm going to tell you why Mercury is very important for you. Let me just get the full stuff because I forgot. We got Mercury, and then we're going to talk about Venus in a minute. But let me see. Mercury pertaining to communication, intellectual matters, conversations, new ideas, creativity, and what is logical. Now we're going to go with Venus pertaining to relationships, romantic or platonic, love languages, desire, allure. So whenever you embody all of that, you become more calm. You become the energy I do not chase, I attract, of course. But also, you are going to attract somebody who is willing to use their words and not their actions whenever things work out or not. I do feel like you are a very intellectual person, and they want you to know that to use your words better than your actions, because actions, when they are recorded or seen on a distance, can be looked as anything but what you really did. You know what I'm saying? But again, when we're talking about embrace your feminine power, it's not about gender. It's about your feminine energies when it comes to your emotions, intellectual, your thoughts, and whatsoever. The Five of Cups right here. Now, Why they're telling you to do all of this? Because there's a sense of you with the Five of Cups, with the Scorpio energy once again, that could be a little bit fearful of change. Now, I do see fall is going to be a very intense like season for you. Now, if you live in a place that fall does not really happen, then you could see it. Look it up on Google and you'll see the months I'm talking about. But fall for me is around mid-September. Well, for me, right, mid-September all the way to November. It could be early September for others, but for me is like, I will say September 12th down. That's how I consider fall. But some people say October, but I don't consider it. But anyways, moving from that, right, it says that September, and you know, September, October, all that, the month of December and all of those months could be quite emotional, because if you are having hard times sometimes, these specific days could bring some sort of memories that you are no longer able to recreate with specific people. So they want you to know to use your words and maybe get a journal if you feel overwhelmed whenever, because they want you to know that you don't need to keep everything in, you know. Now, I do see that this past person, I'm going to give you some sort of bad news. The person that you could be waiting a comeback from, that I told you was not, they are going to be getting engaged around fall. And you may find out through social media, through a common or mutual friend. And I want you to be very calm and not overreact. And maybe that's why they're telling you, hey, you know, like, use your words, because they are actually giving you a heads up of something that is quite bad happening. And I know some of you be like, I'm over my ex. Then give yourself a round of applause and get yourself a cupcake. I'm talking about somebody who could be having a hard time with this news for whatever the reason, okay? So if it's not you, give yourself a round of applause and get yourself a cupcake, okay? If I could have, if I could send stars, I would put a star here on your forehead for good behavior. Now, they want you to know with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, Gemini energy, the way you react to things and the way you get out of situations is up to you. The escape, coming forward, moving forward, doing the things is up to you. Now, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stay in the past and like thinking about all the things that could have happened, but it don't work like that, babe. Whatever happened, it didn't happen. That's that. So at this point, you got to make a decision. Are you gonna sit and whine about the things that you could have done, the things that could have happened and didn't happen, or are you going to move forward? The way that you deal with things and how you deal with things, that escape is up to you, right? With the Queen of Wands, they want to remind you who you are. They're saying you are a queen, royalty, right? Somebody who is a trend like starter. You know, you actually are looked up to. You have a lot of things to be thankful. You have a lot of things to be grateful, and you cannot forget who the hell you are. You are Leo, for crying out loud. You know, like, whatever and whoever did not appreciate you, whatever did not work, baby, maybe was for the best, because Leos are very strong, valuable individuals, and not everybody is going to appreciate it. Now, the universe sometimes pushes you to a point and where there's no return, because it's the only way we would move. I'm gonna tell you something. This is just about me, okay? Like I said before, my camera broke. If I wouldn't have had my camera broke, well, it drowned. My son drowned my camera. But anyways, I would have actually have a new camera coming. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things you got to be pushed into a moment. It's like, oh, do or die. Otherwise, you don't do it. And even sometimes when we are unhappy or when we want better things, right? This is like spare camera, by the way. But when we want better things, because we're so comfortable with what we have, even if it's not what we desire, we go like, you know, it's fine, whatever. I'll work it out. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, the universe sometimes will push you to a limit, and where you have to literally fight to survive, because it's the only way we move. But they want you to remember that you have to remember who you are. With the Five of Swords right here, you don't always have to play by the rules. Leo. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes love is difficult, life is difficult itself, and I know that Leos are, you know, they can be very difficult, but Leos, they like to play by the rules sometimes. You know, like it's hard for some Leos to not to accept change necessarily, but not go by the rules. The same way as a Libra, it's hard as a Libra myself to don't have like we don't deal with change in like sometimes the best way, because it's all about order for us. So I do feel like we got to be reminded that, hey, don't play by the rules. And sometimes the people that you think they love you the most, they don't even play by the rules either, and they tend to hurt you in bigger ways that a stranger could. But they want to remind you here with the Five of Swords, you don't always have to play by the rules here. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not ready for a relationship and you want to like have fun, what is holding you back? And it's funny when I say this kind of comment, people be like, "Oh, you're saying people to do this, babe." One thing about me that I don't tell people what to do. Whoever is comfortable doing that is because they have no power over their life. I told you what the card says. You take it or you leave it. Again, it has always been up to you. Let me get that card. We're back with the card. So we got the Champion of Coins here. Okay, so listen, they want you to know that your ex, that one that's going to be engaged or going to go with somebody else, they're going to go back to you. Before all of that happened, they're going to reach out to you in a way, shape, or form. But this is for something that they want you to know. It's like they don't really actually play by the rules, and they don't really mean what they're going to say or do. So keep your conversations to yourself. Do not engage with this person. Again, they may actually reach out to you in a way to perform, but this is just for like a hookup kind of thing. Now, let me tell you something. You need to step up and cut that codependency, because your external change and should be also reflected on the inside. And remember how hard it was to get where you are today. You know how hard it was to stop crying or to be upset or to be, you know, all the things that could go through your mind when you're going through a breakup. Now, keep in mind that there is many possibilities for you out there right now. You don't see it because there could be a lot of things happening, and I do see a lot of change in your energies, a lot of shifting. But I do see right here that you are a valuable being. You're the Queen of Coins as well, somebody who's worthy, who's valuable. And you need to understand sometimes that over and over and over going to the same situation, watching the same movie will not lead to a different ending. So going and connecting, or let's say that you want to reach out to this ex, let's say, right, is a dangerous endeavor. Like, you know, they want you to be cautious. So the past person is a stubborn energy who's ruled by materialistic things, and they want you to know that if you move forward, you can actually find somebody who's more emotionally connected. And the past person is an unpredictable person. So I do see with nostalgia energies here that it's just like you continue to remember the past, but I do feel like some of you remember the past in a different light. Things did not happen exactly like that. Things were not as romantic or as nice, and I do feel like you need to like relay on your subconscious and your intuition. And don't forget that you need to embody your feminine power now and your self-worth, babe. Like, I wouldn't actually even look back to your ex, to be honest. I will move forward, because I feel like if they do reach out, or let's say that this could be you reaching out to them, it's not gonna work. I do feel like they're reaching out. They could be of like, oh, can I pick up my things? It's not gonna be anything, and then this could lead to one thing or the other. But it's best for the both of you to let go of each other. Anything in financial situation for Leo? So some of you could be makeup artists. I do feel like you guys are very talented with your hands. So I do feel like most of you are, like artistic, like some sort of artist. I do see makeup. That's mainly what I see here. Some of you do, this could be your main like source of income. Let's call it like that. And I do see right here that you had good months, and I do feel like this upcoming month, when it comes to your financial situation, it's not going to be as good. Now, keep in mind that I'm not saying that you're going to be broke. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's new months right now that coming are not going to be as good in money. So whatever you make right now, whatever you're making in these months now, you still have some couple months. I would say fall is going to be like a difficult moment for you, but before that moment arrives, they want you to save some money. Also, there is a sense of like if you're going through a divorce, or there's a sense of like going with legal issues here, that you may actually, if you don't get the legal help that you may need, you may get unfairly blamed for something that you didn't cost or did. Now, they want you to know that in your money here, you need to be very careful how you spend it, because it's going to be very slow months for you when it comes to money. I do see that the people that you thought that could help you in those months, you're like, okay, let me just relay on this person or that person, that it's your friend or a family member. They're not going to help you, and they want you to know that this is going to be the last chapter of your change. They have to teach you something, as you have to understand, and I feel like you say you do, but it's going to be more teachable when it happens. And it's not something that I'm actually going for you, but I'm just telling you why it could happen, and where it's easy to say, hey, I know that I don't have friends. I know that, people change with money, but it is actually very intense when it happens to you, when you actually see it and feel it. And that's one of the things that you're going to see, and where the people that you thought they were going to help you, or that they could give you a hand, like, again, you're going to understand that they don't, and trust your knowledge, trust your talent. Don't sell yourself short, you know what I'm saying? But I do see right here that there's a lot of issues here that are going to happen in your financial situation, that's going to lead to you to either or find another job temporarily, or actually is going to require you to save a lot of money right now. There's a lot of changes happening for you. You need to step up here. I do see right here that you need to lay a foundation here when it comes to your financial situation, because I feel like, yeah, you're okay financially, but they want you to spend less money now, because future wise, in a couple months, you may not be as financially stable as you are today. Right now, you're going through a shadow work. This is why everything looks like, why is it so negative? And I wish it wasn't happening to you, but it's because you're going through some sort of shadow work. This is like an awakening of some sort. It's gonna make you stronger at the end of the day. Now, making you stronger doesn't always seem easy or feel easy or is easy at all, but it's telling me that indeed that you're going through shadow work, and that's what I was trying to get to. I was like, well, why is it happening? Right now we know that it's because you're going through some shadow work. Okay, before we go, let me get you a dice here. Let me get the card. Picked it up, so let me get, we got Gemini, house 5, and that is Venus, isn't it? Yep, that's Venus. So let's see what the zodiac sign means. The zodiac sign that you got was Gemini, and it means the emotional side. And it says, seeing both sides, intrigue, overthinking, oversharing, devotes, manipulative, intellectual distress. Then house 5, the house represents the area of your life. Represents womanhood, feminine cycles, pregnancy or hobbies, creative disciplines, or fun activities. Oh, you see, they want you to be careful with your ex. You can either or get somebody pregnant, or you can get pregnant, and then you guys may not even end up together. Now we got here Venus. Venus is the planet, represents the situation, and this says pertaining to relationships, romantic or platonic, love languages, desire, allure. So, take it or leave it. It's up to you. Finally, I want to give you a positive manifestation, because it was a rough reading for you, Leo, honestly. you know. Okie doke. So it says, I am in the process of positive change. And it says, I am unfolding in fulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. Then I am beautiful and everybody loves me. And it says, I radiate acceptance and I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. So this is the 2 cards for you today. So I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to follow me on IG, please do. You can find my IG, TikTok in the description box below. Spotify as well, also in my comment section. If you want to get a personal reading with me, please check my channel as I have a sale going on. If you're interested, I want to remind you that I do not offer any service for free. I never message anybody to offer any of my services, and the only way you can book with me is through the website I put here, and I provide also on my IGs and TikTok. So with this said, guys, thank you so very much for the love and support, and you have an amazing day.